Hello and welcome to another AIC Guns video. Today I'm going to be doing an ammo reliability update video as well as a little bit of a review of a couple new guns I purchased. I have done just a quick overview of those guns in previous videos, so if you're interested, I'll link those down in the description down below. But really looking at the ammo today, the guns I brought with me just as kind of a baseline. I brought my new to me Browning Black Label 1911 and 22 LR. I brought my ever-present Colt made by Walther in 22 long rifle. My new to me Taurus TX22. And my pretty in pink Walther P22Q. All these guns obviously have been checked and aren't loaded. The mags are on the table. The ammo I brought some of this Winchester Super X. I have some American Eagle made by Federal. I had this Yellow Jacket stuff, and some more boxes here. I have this box of Blazer. Before today, this was mostly CCI Blazer. It is kind of my dump box, so I actually have a little bit of a variety in here of ammunition. And I threw the last of the American Eagle in here because this doesn't seal and this does. So next time I go to the range, this will be bringing with me. So my experience with them. First, a little bit on the guns. The Browning Black Label. For the first time shooting it, I put about 100 rounds through it, is all. Again, we're in the midst of Corona. Range times are limited, so I can't be there for very long, only about an hour, hour and a half before they start kicking out. And obviously I was going through a lot of guns and a lot of ammo, but I got about 100 rounds through this. The biggest limiting factor of this gun is the fact that I only have one magazine, where I have 3, 3, and 2 magazines for these other guns. So it really slows down how often I shoot it, simply because when I load everything up, I go through one mag on this and then I go through several on the others. This gun is comically small. It feels really good. It feels really well built. In fact, it definitely feels better built than my Walther. Of course, it did cost me like $150 more, so I'd hope that it would be better built. It feels really good, but it is definitely on the smaller side. My biggest issue is here with the dovetail. I wish it had a longer dovetail. I found that the hammer bit me just a little bit because I choke up on it so high that my fat, stubby hand kind of catches on this hammer when it comes back. So if I get off of that a little bit, then my finger isn't quite where I want it to be on the trigger. Whereas with my full-size Colt 22, I can choke up on there, and because the dovetail is much bigger, I don't have to worry about getting bit by the hammer. So I'm going to look to see if there is a bigger dovetail for the Browning. Other than that, it fires really nice. Now, I didn't do anything to clean or oil the gun before shooting. I shot it as if it was right out of the box. Accuracy on this gun felt pretty good. I was within that center circle most of the time I shot it, regardless of the ammo. So it was really nice. Of my TX22, again, a really nice gun. It's a much bigger gun, full-size gun, so it felt better in my hand than the Browning. But it definitely doesn't have that single action trigger feel of a 1911. So it, you know, it definitely has that striker fire feel. I prefer the 1911 feel, but it's not a bad trigger. It's just I have a preference, obviously, and this doesn't quite match that. Still really good, fires real nice. I found that it fired kind of up and to the right a little bit of my aim. It does have adjustable sights, so I may adjust those. I'm going to definitely try some different ammo to see if the ammo is what is the issue. I'm also going to oil it. Again, I didn't oil it out of the box. I just fired it. Today, the hero of the story, and we'll talk about that a little bit more, is my Walther P22. For as bad as my P22CA was, my P22Q, pretty as pink as it is, was a champ today with exactly 0 issues, despite hundreds of rounds through it. And my Colt, the only issue I had was with this Yellow Jacket stuff, and we'll talk about the ammo here now. So the first thing I shot was the American Eagle. I put 2 sets of magazines through each gun. So I put 20 rounds through the Browning. I had 3 mags on this, so that's what, 64 rounds. Again, this has 16 rounds per mag, 3 mags, you do the math. And then I put 40 rounds through my P22, 0 issues at all. That was just the first round. I definitely put a lot more through it of this ammo today. Next thing I went through was this Yellow Jacket HP or Hyper Velocity. This was terrible. It was absolutely awful. The biggest thing that happened is in the guns, I don't know if you can see the smash tip. This is one of the rounds I had an issue with. What would happen is in the magazine, let me get this in here real quick. What it would do is it would smash up against the front of the magazine right there. In the T22, in the Walther, what happened is as I'd fire, they'd almost like porpoise up, and I'd get to the magazine and it would be like, it's kind of hard to do with just the one, but it would be pointing up like this, the top round, and then it'd have 2 or 3 rounds behind it, all sticking straight up. So then I would have to go and clear out the magazine, and it was hard to clear out. In the Browning, I keep wanting to call it Buckmark, but in the Black Label, similar thing where the rounds nosed up too high, like this, and then wouldn't feed and would jam in the gun. I did not have any issues with my P22 with this ammo. It fed just fine, no issues at all. I probably put a good 60 rounds of this stuff through this gun, again with 0 issues. So just a problem with this ammo with these 3 guns. Next on the list, I put through this Winchester Super X, a hollow point. Didn't have any problems with any of the guns, fired just fine. I only had 100 rounds of it, so went through it pretty quick. Didn't get a lot of mags through each gun, but again, 0 issues with this Winchester Super X. I consider this Winchester, this American Eagle, and this CCI Blazer to be fairly high quality ammo, and my expectation is to have little to no issues at all with it outside of the occasional dud round, which again, with bulk ammo like this, you will have some issues with that because it's bulk ammo. On to the CCI Blazer, again, no issues with the Walther P22Q, no issues with my Colt, and no issues with the Browning Black Label, again, Buckmark, Black Label. I did, however, have a small issue with the Taurus. The issue was when the rounds would move forward, instead of coming out of the magazine, it was slamming into the front of the mag here, flattening the nose. Now, if I popped the mag out, lifted the round up just a little bit, put it back in, it would then feed the round just fine and then go through the rest of the mags. It happened to me on, again, 3 mags. I put through probably 9 mags worth of ammo through it, and that happened twice. So not a big deal, very easily resolved. Didn't damage the ammo, I was able to fire it, but that did occur with this gun. So I was kind of surprised with that because, again, this Blazer has been an incredibly reliable ammo for me in all of the guns I fire. So again, the only issues I've had today were with this Yellow Jacket. I'll never buy this. I didn't buy this. Some of this ammo was supplied by my father-in-law. I mentioned this in some other videos, but he recently had to move into long-term care. That's unfortunate, but he had a bunch of 22 ammo sitting around his place, and so he gave it to me to enjoy, since we both enjoy guns and shooting, which unfortunately he can no longer do. But that's where this came from, and I will never buy it again. I would only buy this if you're putting it in, like, say, a bolt action rifle, a revolver, or you're willing to see if it works in your auto-loading 22. It didn't work in any of these 3. It only worked in my Walther P22Q. Again, I put maybe 40 rounds through of this stuff, and I didn't have issues with it, but with the issues I had with these other guns, I wouldn't necessarily trust this in any auto-loading to this point. I'd have to spend a lot more money and a lot more ammo to trust it, even in the gun it did work in, just because I had so many problems with the other 3 guns. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend this unless you have a very specific use case and you know it works in your firearm. I'd still buy the Blazer. Again, like I said, I'm surprised that I had issues in the Taurus with it. It's been an excellent ammunition for me, And then this is some pretty old packaging, but this American Eagle. Federal makes really good ammunition in general. I buy a lot of it. I like it. It's kind of expensive, but it's good stuff. If you have any questions about the guns, the ammo, anything from today, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll do my best to answer those. I'm putting this on my AIC Guns channel, which is not it is not a partner channel, so it doesn't make any ad revenue. If you want to support this channel, I have some affiliate links down in the comment section down below. I do appreciate your assistance. Like I said, I had some ammo from my father-in-law. Don't have a ton of it, so I've shot through a lot of it today, and we will be definitely doing some more in the future. But again, this does cost me money to do these trials. If you have any specific ammo you would like to see me test that I may or may not have, I do have some other ammo that I do plan on testing soon. Let me know again down in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.